Imagine being 72 years old, climbing into your late son's race car, and taking a solo lap around a racetrack while your grandson waves the checkered flag from the flagstand. That actually happened, and it's one of the most emotional moments grassroots NASCAR has ever seen. But here's the thing. This wasn't just about racing. It was about family, legacy, and a tribute that nobody in attendance will ever forget. And hey, real quick, if you're a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started, and we're pushing for our next subscriber milestone. It's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. The story unfolded over 2 nights at Charlotte Motor Speedway during the Cookout Summer Shootout, a grassroots racing event that Kyle Busch himself had planned to compete in this year. At first, Monday night was all about Brexton, Kyle's son, still just a kid. He climbed behind the wheel and finished 6th in the Young Lions division. It was his first race back since losing his father. Just let that sink in for a second. A young racer returned to the track, carrying something far heavier than a helmet. But Tuesday night was something else entirely, and that's when everything changed. Tom Busch stepped forward, Kyle's father, a 72-year-old man who spent decades introducing his sons to racing, wrenching on their cars, teaching them everything he knew about the sport. For years, he stood behind their dreams. Now he was about to honor one. On Tuesday, Tom climbed into the number 51 Legends car, the very car Kyle was supposed to race in the Masters division. And here's how it went down. Tom took his place on the front row in a missing man formation during the pace laps. Then something unexpected happened. The rest of the field pulled on to pit road. Every single car, one by one, they parked. And suddenly, Tom Busch was alone on the racetrack. Just him, the No. 51, and one lap around Charlotte Motor Speedway, an honorary lap for his son. Meanwhile, high above the track in the flag stand, Brexton watched it all unfold. He waved the green flag to start the tribute. Then, as Tom came back down the front stretch, Brexton waved the double checkered flag. Think about that for a moment. A grandfather behind the wheel, a grandson in the flag stand, both honoring the same man, a man they loved, a man they lost. And what happened next left a lasting impression on everyone watching. Now, for those who may not know, Legends cars are a major part of NASCAR's development pipeline. Some of the sport's biggest names got their start there, including Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kyle Busch started there too, back in Las Vegas, and with his own son now racing those same machines, Kyle had stayed closely connected to the series. In fact, he had planned to race at this very event, but then tragedy struck. Kyle Busch passed away on May 21st at the age of 41 after complications from severe pneumonia that progressed into sepsis. A 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, gone far too soon. And ever since, the NASCAR community has been finding ways to honor him. Just this past Sunday at Michigan, Denny Hamlin celebrated his victory carrying a special stylized number 18 flag. The win tied him with Kyle for 9th all-time in Cup Series victories. The two had spent years together as teammates at JGR. But this moment at Charlotte, this one felt different, more personal, more raw, more human. Because Tom Busch wasn't simply a father sitting in the stands. He was the foundation of the family's racing legacy, before the championships, before the trophies, before the national spotlight. Tom was a short track racer himself in Las Vegas. He owned the cars, turned the wrenches, found the parts, or sometimes didn't have enough parts to find. Because back then, he was funding 2 race cars out of his own pocket for both Kyle and Kurt. And those 2 brothers raced each other hard. Really hard. However, there was one thing Tom always appreciated. They raced hard, but they raced clean. In a 2015 interview, Tom described those years himself. He said there were plenty of battles between the brothers, but also plenty of fun moments along the way, and you can feel the pride in those words. You can feel the love. And that legacy became something truly historic. Kyle and Kurt Busch went on to become the winningest brothers in NASCAR history. 97 Cup Series victories combined. 3 championships between them, and this year Kurt Busch was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. The Busch name is forever woven into the fabric of the sport. But here's what makes Tuesday night so powerful. None of the trophies mattered. None of the trophies mattered. None of the championships mattered. For one moment, it was simply a father driving his late son's car, a grandson standing in the flag stand, and one final lap, just one lap. Sometimes that's all it takes. So here's the question I want to leave you with today. And be sure to drop your answer in the comments below. What does this moment at Charlotte mean to you as a NASCAR fan? And has there ever been another NASCAR tribute that affected you in the same way? Let us know what you think. And if this story hit you the way it hit me, please give it a like. It really does help us grow this channel. Subscribe to NASCAR Nation News so you never miss a story like this one. We're here every week for the fans, covering the sport we love. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.